Okay, so Bisset vs Wilkinson was a case that was processed in the courts in 1927 and where all of the events happened in New Zealand. Unfortunately though, this doesn't mean that this case had anything to do with Flight of the Conchords, but was instead entirely based around the other thing New Zealand is famous for, sheep. One man, Mr. Bisset, the buyer, entered a contract with Mr. Wilkinson, the seller, to buy 2 plots of land. They agreed on a price and made a contract, but at the last minute, Bisset asked Wilkinson, how many sheep do you think the land could hold? Having never actually used the land for sheep rearing, Wilkinson had no idea how many it could hold. But to get Bisset off his back and try to sell his boring sheep land, he said around 2,000. As it happened, Bisset filled his land up with as many sheep as he could, carefully counted each one, and then realised he couldn't fit 2,000 there. And outraged as any man would be when he experiences dissatisfaction with the capacity of livestock his prospective land can hold, he tried to sue Mr. Wilkinson for everything he had. The Privy Council, the then highest appeal court in New Zealand, didn't care at all, and judged that Wilkinson had done nothing wrong in terms of representing his land. Yes, he may have made an estimate on how many sheep it could hold, but Bisset never explicitly stated that he would only buy the land so long as it could hold 2,000 sheep. And in any case, Wilkinson had no better idea about how many sheep the land could hold than Bisset himself, presumably because he was always too busy not being completely boring. On top of this, the judges also snidely hinted at the fact that with enough effort, Bisset could have built towering skyscrapers and filled them with as many sheep as he wanted on his land. So it wasn't that the land couldn't hold 2,000 sheep, it was that Bisset wasn't trying hard enough. In short, Wilkinson's argument read, sure, there might be a lot of sheep in New Zealand, but that doesn't make us all experts. It worked, and he probably took his money and did something remotely interesting in New Zealand, like rock climbing or being cast as an orc in Lord of the Rings. Thanks for listening, and as per usual I've included the lead, or at least most interesting judge's actual quote in the description box, and as well a link to the formal and written version of this video. Follow and subscribe to join my journey through the most important cases in law.